citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, I got some talks for you guys, and I got quite a few today. Hey, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is actually a game I saw, or part of a game that I saw over on Instagram, and it was posted by IGN. But this game is called Mouse. So this is a noir retro shooter, which like first-person shooter, but inspired by classic cartoons. So in a similar vein to something like Cuphead, this game very much still a work in progress. No release date has been announced just yet, but it looked really cool. So I'm actually gonna show you guys a little bit of it. So as you can see right here, this is one of the images I pulled up. You can see classic Mouse there, kind of in a similar vein to almost like Mickey Mouse, it looks like. And then you have your character here, who's a mouse as well. He's got the cartoony gloves, and I guess this is one of the images of it. So it kind of looks like Mickey crossed with like Goofy a little bit, but it is supposed to be, I think, a story-based game, kind of like a narrative-driven game. And I'm excited for it because Cuphead was an interesting game. It's a hard game though, but Cuphead was a very interesting game. So this looks really cool, and I can't wait to see it when it does eventually come out. So yeah, wasn't that really cool? Like I said, no release date has been announced yet, but when it comes out, definitely something I want to keep an eye on. Definitely something I'm kind of interested in seeing. But nevertheless, the next thing I want to talk about is that apparently Bray Wyatt is no longer listed internally on the WWE roster. Now, full clarity here, of course, I do have to clarify. This does not mean that he's released. It doesn't mean that he's released from WWE again. That is, but it means that either he's still out. He was out with an illness before WrestleMania, which is why the whole Bobby Lashley Bray Wyatt match with him had to be scrapped. And perhaps this means that they don't have a timetable as to when he could return, or this could mean that potentially they just don't have anything for him right now. But it is a bit concerning though. And I feel like Bray, since his return, has been okay for the most part, but it could have been better. There were some choices that were made that I think and kind of harmed the character a little bit. But if this is the case, him being released, like I said, this doesn't necessarily mean that he's been released. But if him being released is the case here, then it's unfortunate. But I know he's going to do well wherever he winds up, whether he sticks with pro wrestling, whether he moves to a different field, different career field. I'm not sure, but yeah. So hopefully, and if Bray is still out with the illness and everything, I hope he recovers soon, and hopefully he's able to return to TV soon. But the next thing I want to talk about is Mortal Kombat 1. Not the first game from the 90s, but a new game that was announced. That was from Mortal Kombat from, of course, NetherRealm Studios and everything. So I have to preface this by saying that for about months or so, Ed Boon and NetherRealm had kind of been teasing at something new for Mortal Kombat at Mortal Kombat celebrating the, I believe, 30th anniversary, and showcasing a lot of stuff from Mortal Kombat's previous, is kind of hinting at something big, and I guess this was it. So Mortal Kombat 1. So I saw the trailer, and I actually posted it to my Instagram story, and the trailer, I gotta say, looked absolutely sick. I am hyped for this game. But what it looks like is, and the reason why I think it's called Mortal Kombat 1 is because it looks like they are going to go the route that they established in Mortal Kombat 11 via the Aftermath DLC, where Liu Kang ultimately gets the powers of Raiden, becomes Fire God Liu Kang, and is essentially going to reshape time, restart the flow of time. So it looks like that might be what we're getting here. Liu Kang, of course, taking the place of Raiden in reshaping time to be better, and things of that nature. We saw Katana, we saw Melina, we saw a couple fatalities, we even saw Kung Lao. So quite a bit thrown at us in this trailer. So I'm excited to see what they do with this here. Looks like for now it's going to be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch, which makes sense. They're transitioning away from the PS4 to the PS5 and also the Xbox Series S and Xbox One over to the Xbox Series X, making like the full transition where there's not going to be really any more games for the PS4 or the Xbox One or Xbox Series S, or actually I think X and S usually have the games interchanged between the two, but anyway, nevertheless, it's making the transition over there. Still releasing on Switch, so kind of following in the footsteps of what Mortal Kombat 11 did, because Mortal Kombat 11 also released on Switch and also PC. So I'm pretty interested to see how the game turns out, and it's going to be released, I believe, September 19th, so about a week and some change after my birthday. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how the game plays out, and I imagine we're going to learn more about the game as we get closer towards release dates, and we're going to possibly learn more. So if any major updates comes, then I'll likely bring them up here on either here on System Shock Radio or somewhere here on the YouTube channel. But now we go from some good news to some bad, because Randy Orton may be forced to retire. Randy's still out, how he's been out since late last year. Here, of course, in storyline taken out by the Bloodline, but in reality, sadly, Randy Orton's body really catching up to him, which is what oftentimes happens, not just in wrestling, but any sport, and honestly, just life in general, as your body starts to catch up to you, but especially with Randy Orton having, of course, a lot of back problems and everything, and he may perhaps be forced to retire. The doctors have advised him to retire. Apparently, according to his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, Randy not really wanting to retire, but that's what the doctors have advised him. So whether or not Randy Orton will retire remains to be seen. But if he does, and if this is truly the end for Randy Orton's career, then man, what a career! Randy Orton's someone I grew up with, major heel, who arguably one of like the best heels of the time, especially in like 2008 and 2009. I mean, Randy Orton was going crazy, bald-headed Randy, where he was going absolutely insane. But Randy Orton has become not just a beloved pro wrestler, but a major staple in pop culture. Of course, a meme, the RKO out of nowhere meme. Him had a lot of success, as even recently with this team with Matt Riddle, of course, RK Bro. And if this is the end for him, then and definitely well deserved. And thank you to Randy for all that you've done for the wrestling community, and definitely a bona fide Hall of Famer. Who's gonna induct him into the Hall of Fame? I'm not sure yet. Some names have been thrown out around there. Some people suggested Matt Riddle. A lot of people suggested Cody Rhodes, which I think Cody Rhodes would be a nice choice to induct him. But yeah, if this is the end, then and what a career, and what an awesome career for Randy Orton. But the next thing I want to talk about is an upcoming AEW show, which, speaking of like release dates, apparently we do have a release date for the AEW Fight Forever video game. It's almost kind of been in development limbo for a while, but it looks like it's still slated to come out, and it looks like it's slated for June 27th. And whether or not it'll actually release on that day, we will find out. But for now, that is going to be the release day for AEW Fight Forever, at least for right now. And yeah, so if there's any updates, of course I will talk about them, but this game's been in development for a while. But that's not what we're talking about here, because right now we want to talk about AEW Collision. So AEW Collision was just announced on Wednesday. it's gonna be a new show. I guess kind of similar to maybe like SmackDown or so. On WWE, a brand new show coming. It's gonna have its inaugural show on June 17th, and there's already a little bit of drama behind it. It looks like the June 17th Collision show is going to have names like Thunder Rosa, Miro, and Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs, as well as Andrade El Idolo. I'm actually looking at the article here, and I believe it's on the AEW website. So that's going to be launching on June 17th, but the controversy comes with Mr. CM Punk, which, speaking of AEW Fight Forever, CM Punk, we just saw his model in the game, so CM Punk is still going to be in AEW Fight Forever, so take that for what you will. But as for this show, having another show coming through could be interesting. Of course, the AEW roster getting bigger. Some people will say it might not be the right time for a draft, but honestly, he probably so, considering how big the roster is now. A lot of talent, and they already kind of did something similar with the Ring of Honor roster and everything, and having like a lot of AEW wrestlers wrestling on Ring of Honor and things of that nature, but not really going full force with the draft. But this might be the case here with this new show coming. But back to the CM Punk controversy. Apparently CM Punk was supposed to be a major part of Collision, but that might not be the case due to Ace Steel potentially not being back in AEW, going back to the whole all-out situation that happened last year. Except apparently Ace Steel is back in the company and has been back for, I believe they said, several weeks. So we'll have to see how the story unfolds. Of course, CM Punk's also been having his problems with Dave Meltzer, who Meltzer reporting on a lot of the stuff, but looks like might have been inaccurate on some stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how everything plays out here. But as for the show itself, as for AEW Collision, I'm excited, and of course, looking similar to a lot of people point out how it looks similar to the WCW Monday Nitro logo, although I think that might have been done on purpose as a way to pay homage, especially because this is also going to be on TNT. But yeah, so we're gonna see. So I imagine with Collision coming, and that's gonna kind of force the split. One's gonna kind of be like Raw, and I imagine Dynamite will be like the Raw equivalent, and then Collision will be like the SmackDown equivalent, and Rampage will likely be similar to like maybe Heat back in the day, or like Main Event or something like that, where it kind of just showcases people from both shows. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes, or this could end up being a one-time thing. I could be wrong about all of this, but we'll have to see how it pans out. But let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited for AEW Collision? And the last thing I want to talk about is a question, and I'm sure it's a question that we've asked ourselves and that we've been asked several times that I want to talk about here, and that is, how do you keep going when you don't want to? And like I said, that's a question I know I've definitely asked myself, is how do I keep going even when I don't want to, when I don't have the strength or the motivation I feel like to keep going. And I'm not gonna lie, keep continuing to go when everything in you is telling you to just give up. It's not worth it. It's hard. Or sometimes it's necessary, because sometimes going down the path you're going down might lead to ruin. But if it's something that you want to accomplish, how do you keep going even when you don't have the motivation to do so? Like I said, it's not easy, but I think the answer to that, at least for me, would be remember why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. It's remember the end goal, and of course, it's not just about the destination; it's about the journey, what you learn and what you do along the way. But keep the end goal in mind, and keep what you want to do in mind, and be able to say, "This is what I want to do. This is the goal I ultimately want to work towards." So if I want to see that goal achieved, if I want to be able to accomplish what I want to accomplish, I have to keep going, even if it hurts, even when it seems like my back's against the wall and the entire world's against me. I've got something that I want to accomplish, and I got something that I want to be able to do. And like I said, that is easier said than done, because I've definitely been there, and I've definitely felt the sting of man, and I want to keep going with this, but it's difficult. I've even had struggles like that at here on YouTube with the YouTube channel and everything, but also just in everyday life, especially in school. Which, by the way, congratulations to everyone graduating. I know some people are actually graduating today, in fact, and all throughout the weekend or so. But to any of the graduates, congratulations to you. And I know you definitely know what it feels like to keep going, even when things are piling up, and when you feel like you want to give up and give in. But I'm telling you, don't, because as your victory might be right around the corner. And for you guys, you have accomplished something truly incredible, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. And for those of you who are still working towards things, keeping your end goal in mind is what will get you there. It's not going to be easy. In fact, it might be very tough, but you can do it. I believe in you. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on anything I talked about in this episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.